Well, I like to think that design education could be more relevant to the extent that design moves back to a activism and advocacy space. There was a movement in the late 60s and early 70s led by architects and planners as a response to early experiments with urban renewal, many of which were going horribly wrong, displacing families and whole communities for the development of highways, large public housing sites, and even some economic development projects. At that time, designers and planners came together and tried to figure out how they could lend their expertise, often in a pro bono way, to serving those communities that were most disrupted by those divisions and those very large investments within the core of the city. And we've moved away from that. We've moved into a space of participatory planning, which I think is necessary and needed. But I also think that this is a moment where planners in particular should not only be facilitators of consensus, but must help to create and introduce into those conversations vision, boldness, an understanding of the complexity of issues at play for which design and planning can potentially help to solve for, conveners of multiple stakeholders, and in that way become a bit more activists in their position to dismantle some of which planners are accused of creating in terms of conditions of injustice. I think this is a moment for the planning profession in particular where it can redeem itself and put forward inclusive and bold visions through an activist perspective. So I like to see design walk alongside Black Lives Matter movements, Parkland High School movements, Chicago High School movements, and think about the ways in which the physical environment also contributes to some of those conditions of injustice and ways for which we can create new strategies to resolve them.